The Political Parties Act Amendment Bill 2021 was tabled in the Senate and read for the first time on Tuesday morning, setting the stage for a return match pitting the handshake team against senators allied to Deputy President William Ruto. Now, the bill was passed by the National Assembly last week in a fierce battle of numbers where all pro-UDA amendments were shot down. Senators, while expressing reservations over the violent debate witnessed in the National Assembly, hope to engage on the merits and demerits of the proposed law with adequate public participation. Francis Gashuri tells us more.
The Political Parties Act Amendment Bill of 2021 is now before the Senate after weeks of intrigues in the National Assembly. Senate Speaker Ken Lusaka, who received the bill from his National Assembly counterpart Justin Muturi, committed it to the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, chaired by Nyamira Senator Okongo Omogeni for processing, amid claims of a predetermined outcome, with pro-handshake senators whipped to pass the proposed law without any changes.
So as we start the process of this bill, Mr. Speaker, I appeal that one, we are not in a dash, there is no truncating of the process, so that due process is taken, public participation is undertaken.
There was direction that this bill be discussed comprehensively and thoroughly and robustly, and that is the way the Senate should go.
What happened in National Assembly did not give an opportunity for debate of the issues. Kenyans are still even wondering why are these people bickering over this bill. I hope, Mr. Speaker, the public participation process will be so thorough.
This bill, while very important and topical at this time of elections, is not any different from all the other laws this House makes for this country. So to insinuate or to say that this bill should be done this way and that way, and yet there are so many other bills on which we are not mentioning, is actually to apply double standard to certain legislative procedures just because this touches us as legislators.
The Senate Legal Affairs Committee has already crafted a schedule that will culminate in tabling of a report on the bill for debate in the House. Tuesday, 18th January, will be the first day set aside for receipt of submissions from stakeholders. Public participation sessions will spill over to Wednesday, 19th, before the committee retreats for 5 days to go through the bill, review and consider proposals from stakeholders before compiling and adopting a report on the proposed law. The committee report will be tabled on the 25th of January when the House resumes its sittings from Christmas recess.
And for any member of public, any member of this House, any interested group, I believe they can take the advantage of that time and bring their views here, Mr. Speaker.
So I want to encourage the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. Speak the truth. Tell this House the truth, but let us make the considerations, let us make the decisions, because ultimately this is a House that makes political decisions.
Unlike in the National Assembly, where voting was a free-for-all affair, only elected senators will vote, with at least 24 delegations required to adopt or reject the bill. UDA-allied senators have lined up a series of amendments after their National Assembly colleagues were outnumbered by the handshake brigade. Majority of the planned amendments touch on clauses 8 and 22 in the bill.
Mr. Speaker, I hope also colleagues who will have amendments like some of us, Mr. Speaker, will have an opportunity of also having time to be able, at the Committee of the Whole, to give their input. I hope this House will not be a conveyor belt. I hope we should, through tooth and comb, to ensure that we go through the entire amendment bill.
Mr. Speaker, sometimes I hear people saying we are not a conveyor belt, but sincerely we are. I mean, all houses are conveyor belts. You're just moving it from one house to the other, then to somebody else, because we are not the final guys, the final signature is not ours. So we are basically a conveyor belt. There's nothing wrong with being a conveyor belt, but let's do it within reason.
The bill, if passed to law, will require coalition political parties to submit coalition agreements at least 120 days before the general election. The bill had originally proposed a 6-month timeline, but the National Assembly amended the clause. Political parties will also be required to use certified party membership registers to conduct nominations if the bill becomes law. Those registers will be obtained from the Registrar of Political Parties 21 days to the nomination date if the bill becomes law. The UDA team keen on heading to the court to annul the law should it sail through the bicameral parliament. Francis Gashuri, Citizen TV.